How does smoking affect, oral health?
Smoking, basically what it does is it causes vasoconstriction of the blood vessels.
What do you think about this dental not being covered in insurance?
Most of the people are negligent about getting themselves treated because of lack of dental insurance. जितना एक्सपेंस आपको ओपन हार्ट सर्जरी करने में लगता है उतना एक्सपेंस आपको एक फुल माउथ रिहैबिलिटेटिव डेंटल ट्रीटमेंट करने के लिए लगता है.
And what about the toothpaste? Which toothpaste is good?
If you ask me, there are these two very nice toothpaste. One is Omnident and one is Parodontax.
What do you think about this? जो लोग वो गुटखा सुपारी ये सब कंज्यूम करते हैं, what about them?
It is the number one causative factor for cancer.
Hi, Dr. Priyanka. How are you?
Hi Aman, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. So I want to start with what are some common misconceptions you face in your everyday practice?
The misconceptions are many. The list is very long. But the common misconceptions that I normally encounter in my dental practice is just to name a few, and just to name something that I regularly see my patients talking about is when they come for extraction of their teeth, they have a fear that they might lose their eyesight. So they often question me, डॉक्टर आंखों को तो कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं हो जाएगी, आंख की विजिबिलिटी तो नहीं चली जाएगी. तो this is something that is very intriguing for me also. So I would want to burst this myth, I want to burst this bubble that there is absolutely no correlation between extracting your teeth and losing of eyesight or any harm for that matter to your eyesight. So this is the number one thing that I regularly hear in my dental practice. The second most common misconception is that parents of little kids, they're mostly reluctant in getting treatment done with their milk teeth. They say that कि दूध ही के तो दांत हैं, गिर जाएंगे और नए दांत तो आने ही वाले हैं.
Right.
So they often neglect treating milk teeth, which in the long run, if not treated, the infection from the milk teeth can go down to the permanent teeth and damage the permanent teeth that are developing inside the jaws. So when a child is born, this is very interesting. When a child is born, they normally have the developing tooth buds of the milk and the permanent teeth developing inside the jaws. So
Simultaneously.
simultaneously.
Okay.
So जैसे एक बच्चा होता है ना, पेट के माँ के वूम में एक बच्चा ग्रो हो रहा है, वैसे you have 32 small baby teeth growing inside your jaws.
Right.
So imagine that baby getting infected from the milk teeth. So the infection from the milk teeth can pass on to these baby permanent teeth that are developing inside your jaws. How harmful is that?
How does that infection happen?
It is basically because of the food, the diet that the child is having. Mostly the parents have to aid in brushing teeth of their children. Parents are not, basically they neglect brushing the teeth of their children. They should help the child to brush their teeth at
Right.
least twice daily. Avoid sugary food, starchy food, sticky food. All of these things can be avoided. And I guess these are the basic things that you should do to take care of those milk teeth. And eventually, if there is any cavity, it should be treated.
And what about losing the eyesight? What is that misconception?
So basically, it's a myth that has been going on from generations.
Okay.
I don't know where it came from, where it began, but this is something that always our patients, they come and they tell us, डॉक्टर आंखों को तो कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं हो जाएगी दांत निकालने से. So I don't know what kind of myth is this and from where
Yeah.
it is coming, but it's a generational myth, and I still get patients walking into my practice and asking me, the first question that they ask me is, will I lose my eyesight?
But कुछ connection है eyesight और teeth
So
में कि-
basically, connection to nahi hai. The nerve supply, the blood supply of eye and teeth, they are completely different. But sometimes we give anesthesia in this region, the canine region. तो
Okay.
anesthesia की वजह से एक numbness develop होता है, जो आंखों के नीचे numbness होता है. But it is
Okay.
temporary. It's temporary, maybe for 1 hour, 1.5 hour, or
Right.
2 hour. So at that time, the patient may feel that they are having some kind of
Vision blur or
weirdness,
something. Okay.
weirdness below the eye.
Okay.
So that weirdness that is there, that normally fades off in an hour or two. So that is the only thing that I can tell you that is probably in close relation to eyes. Apart from that, there is absolutely no correlation, because it is eye is completely in a different anatomical region. Your teeth are in a completely different anatomical region. The nerve supply, the blood supply, everything is different. So I don't think so there is any I can definitely tell you there is no correlation between eyesight and losing of your teeth.
चलो, it's good to hear that at least वो
Yeah.
myth वाला bubble
It
तो
is definitely
burst होगा.
it is definitely a myth.
Okay, tell me this now that how to maintain a good oral health. मतलब अगर एक normal आदमी को maintain करना है basic से.
So it is very easy to maintain good oral hygiene. Basically, you need discipline to do that. So if you have discipline, it is very easy to maintain good oral hygiene. I often tell my patients that half of the job you can do inside by maintaining good oral by using a proper oral hygiene techniques at home. So what I recommend to my patients is you have to brush twice daily, morning and at night before going to bed. Use of dental floss is an absolute mandatory. So if you're not flossing, you're not cleaning 50% of your oral cavity, which
Okay.
is a huge percentage. So when you're brushing, you're probably cleaning only the front surface. Most patients, they don't even clean the inside surfaces.
Right.
And when you're not flossing, what flossing helps you with is to clean areas between your teeth. So when you're not flossing, you're not able to clean those areas, which accounts for almost 50 to 60% of your mouth,
Okay.
which is unclean. So flossing is something that you should do every single day. At least once in 24 hours is recommended. Flossing, brushing, use of non-alcohol based mouthwash. Now, why I insist on non-alcohol based mouthwash is any mouthwash which has alcohol in them, they normally dehydrate your oral cavity.
Right.
So when your oral cavity is dehydrated, you are prone to dental decay. Your dryness causes the bacteria to work very fast and break down that carbohydrates into cavities. So use of non-alcohol based mouthwash, and also not to use medicated mouthwash for a very long time. So what does medicated mouthwashes they do? Normally dentists, they'll prescribe you medicated mouthwash when you are undergoing any kind of dental surgery or any kind of gum surgery or gum problem that you may be suffering from. So these medicated mouthwash are to be used only for a stipulated time, maybe for a
Okay.
1 week or a 2 week time. If you continue using these medicated mouthwash for a very long time, what they do is they kill the good bacteria in your mouth. So digestion, it doesn't begin from the stomach, it begins from the mouth. Your foods, they start getting breakdown in the mouth. So if you're using a medicated mouthwash for a very long time, they kill the good bacteria also in your mouth. So medicated mouthwash for a short duration and use of non-alcohol based mouthwash is something that I'll recommend to everybody that you can do as a regular health regime. Thirdly, there are some patients who have very wide dental gaps between their teeth. So there are interproximal brushes available. Those brushes can be used for those wide gaps instead of floss. So floss are like thread, but brushes are used for cleaning wide gaps.
Okay.
And definitely following a well balanced diet is an absolute mandatory
Right.
thing. If you have your well balanced diet, you quit smoking, you do not drink a lot of tea and coffee that avoids stains, excessive use of red wine that also causes staining of the teeth. All of these are little pointers that I can give you to maintain good oral hygiene at your own personal level.
What kind of food intake is good for dental health?
I guess the food that is good for your overall health is something that is good for your dental health as well. So
Okay.
whatever you eat for your overall health is something that is going to benefit your dental health as well. So definitely no junk food, no carbohydrate, starchy food, no food which is having high fat content or high sugary content. Avoid taking sticky food. The intake of fibrous food should be more. Fruits and vegetables like apple, pear, broccoli, like in vegetables, broccoli, carrots. These fibrous fruits, basically, they helps in cleansing of the teeth. So
Okay.
when you're chewing on them, it helps to clean food debris from your teeth. So these acts as natural cleaners. So intake of these foodstuffs is good on a regular basis, or you can incorporate them into your daily diet. Then for the health of your teeth and bones, you can definitely incorporate milk, cheese, yogurt, all of these stuff inside in your daily diet, which is definitely good for your overall health as well. These are some things that I can tell you. And apart from this, a good sun exposure is absolute mandatory.
Okay,
Because
very
whatever
true.
calcium that you take inside your body, it is not processed until and unless you have vitamin D in your body. So a
Okay.
good sun bath every day for 5 minutes is good for your overall health and also for the health of your teeth and bones, to process that calcium or the calcium supplements that you're regularly taking as oral supplements or through diet. So a good sun exposure is something that should be taken care of.
सबसे कॉमन प्रॉब्लम क्या है जो मतलब मैक्सिमम नंबर ऑफ पेशेंट्स जो आपके पास आते हैं, व्हाट इज द मोस्ट कॉमन प्रॉब्लम यू सी इन देम?
I feel the most common problem that I see is not the problem for the patients.
Okay.
Yeah. So the most common problems that the patients they have and they are not aware of is the gum problems. So gum problem is like diabetes. It's like a silent killer. You don't even know you have it
Hmm.
because most of the times you don't show any sign symptoms. दर्द नहीं हो रहा है दांतों में गम्स में दर्द नहीं हो रहा है तो हम क्यों जाएं डेंटिस्ट के पास that is what is the normal way that the people
Hmm.
approach dental treatments as. So this is a silent killer that normally most of the patients they are unaware of or they avoid going to the dentist for. So when they walk into my practice, mostly it is for a toothache or a tooth pain. But on the contrary, what I see is apart from the tooth decay, they also have these gum problems that they're completely unaware of and which they already have and which they need treatment for. So the
Okay.
most common sign that I would tell you is that the patient should be vigilant about whether or not they're having gum bleeding, whether
Hmm.
they are having bad breath, like while brushing, if the gums they bleed. So this is the most common thing that mostly 70 to 80% of the people they definitely have this at some level. They do have this. So this is the most common complaint or problem that I can tell you that I see in my dental practice or overall amongst all my patients. So gum problem is something that you should regularly go to the dentist, get yourself diagnosed, and a simple cleaning process is something that can cure this particular problem, and it is 100% reversible is what I want to tell you.
Okay.
So this problem is 100% reversible. A simple cleaning process can completely take away that problem, and you're good to go.
But how will one come to know whether they have gum problem or not?
So that is what your 6 monthly dental visit is the most important thing.
Okay.
This is something that most of the people they ignore doing it. You're okay to do many other things. You'll be going to the gym regularly. You might
Hmm.
be going to your facial appointments regularly, but most of the patients they do not go to their dentist regularly. Even when you don't have a problem, you have to visit a dentist every 6 months for regular follow-ups, to get yourself checked and to get a 6 monthly cleaning done.
Okay.
This is the single most important procedure that you can do to save your teeth and have them for the rest of your life. This is what I can tell you. The single most simple procedure that you can do, and you will carry your teeth to your grave.
That's good. So now tell me this. अभी जैसे normally लोग करते हैं ये सब, हम लोगों ने भी कभी किया ही होगा, I'm sure that toothache हुआ या कुछ हुआ basic and we just pop a painkiller and वो subside हो जाता है, and then we leave it for 2-3 months,
Right.
and then after 2-3 months we have to visit a dentist.
Right.
It doesn't change or stop.
Right.
So should we do that or should we consult as soon as it pains that someone should just go to the
So
dentist?
there is an uh, old school proverb which says that a stitch in time saves nine. Dental decay में ना कोई reverse gear नहीं होता है.
Okay.
एक बार आपको कैविटी लग गई ना तो वो स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड प्रोग्रेस ही होगी आगे. वो बुखार जैसा नहीं होता है कि आपने पेन किलर खा लिया और आपका बुखार ठीक हो गया, या आपको कोई डिजीज़ है, टाइफाइड हो गया, मलेरिया हो गया, XYZ जो भी डिजीज़ हो गई, आपने दवाई खा लिया और वो ठीक हो गया. डेंटल डिजीज़ और डेंटल डीके का वैसा नहीं है. यू हैव टू सी योर डेंटिस्ट, यू हैव टू गेट इट ट्रीटेड. द अर्ली द बेटर. द अर्ली द लेसर द कॉम्प्लिकेशंस, द लेसर monetary expense you will have, and the rehabilitative procedures that we do for the patients, those are also very simpler. So definitely you should visit the dentist as soon as you probably suffer a dental pain, because
Like the
popping,
first time it starts
yeah,
paining, you
because
should.
popping the painkiller and popping antibiotics for no reason, they have their own complications, they have their own side effects. So keep, that vicious cycle. To break that vicious cycle, you have to visit the dentist as soon as possible.
Are there any dental issues that are often overlooked by people, but they exist big time, and
I just mentioned.
and that can also affect your other organs?
Yeah. So, as I mentioned earlier, the gum diseases are something that most of the patients they have. In layman terms, it is also called as pyorrhea in an advanced stage.
Okay.
So this is something that exists in many mouths, but the patient is unaware of. So there is a direct correlation between the bacteria causing decay in your teeth and cardiac problems. So there is a direct correlation. So the bacteria named Streptococcus species of bacteria, they can directly infect your heart. There are conditions like infective endocarditis, rheumatic fever, which are directly related to bacteria in your oral cavity. And in the worst case scenario, it can also cause congestive heart failure, which is a huge thing. Most people are unaware of this, that how a single small or a big size dental decay can affect your heart. It's a
Okay.
big thing.
Yeah, it is definitely.
Most people are unaware of this. Sometimes they're clueless as to क्या हो गया, क्यों हो गया, इन्फेक्शन कहाँ से आया. तो
Right.
किसी ने मुंह खोल के तो देखा ही नहीं कि मुंह में कैविटी है भी कि नहीं है. So recently I had an episode wherein this patient, he was having a huge dental decay. Obviously, and he suffered breathlessness. He was not able to breathe and his entire face was swollen, including the neck and everything. And this patient, he visited ENT specialist, he visited other specialists, general medicine, general surgery, they visited. Most of the people, they were clueless as to इतना क्या swelling आ गया, कहाँ से swelling आ गया कि इसकी the airway is obstructed. So his airway was obstructed because of untreated dental decay. The pus from that one single tooth became so huge that the entire floor of the mouth, including the back of the neck, everything was swollen with pus, and he was not able to breathe. And he had to be hospitalized in an ER, and that pus needed to be drained. And then the patient came for the dental treatment.
This was all because of the dental.
Absolutely. So most of the times, dental findings are diagnosed a little later because the medical fraternity is not able to do that.
Okay.
So most of the times, it is imperative that all of these branches they know what the other specialty does. So dentistry is just not limited to teeth. Is just not limited to only filling the cavity and cleaning the gums. It is something that works in conjunction with other systems of the body. I give you an example of how it affects your heart. Just by looking at the mouth, you can tell if the patient is having any other systemic disorders. Like you can easily tell whether the patient is having hormonal disorders, whether the patient is diabetic, whether the patient probably, in most pregnant patients, you see that the gums are swollen because of low estrogen levels. In postmenopausal women, the same thing happens. Because of low estrogen levels, they normally have painful gums. So these are oral conditions that we see in patients having systemic disorders.
Okay.
So like in cancer patients, if you, for example, these patients, they have to undergo radiation therapy.
Right.
So it is imperative you visit your dentist because some patients, they do have silver fillings in their mouth. They have metallic crowns in their mouth. So all of this is a strict contraindication when you are undergoing a radiation therapy. Because along with silver has a tendency to scatter the radiation and also the infection to other parts of the body. So you need to change them. You need to remove and get it refilled with something like porcelain or composite or any other alternate material apart from metal.
Okay.
The same thing happens when you're going in to do a CT scan or an MRI. So you cannot have these metallic restorations inside your mouth. So that is when you should be aware of what needs to be done, and you should consult a dentist.
Right.
A good dentist, definitely.
So tell me this now, that how does smoking affect oral health?
So smoking basically what it does is it causes vasoconstriction of the blood vessels. So
Okay, can you explain it in a...
I will explain it in a much simpler way.
Yeah.
Vasoconstriction क्या होता है कि जो arteries और veins होती है जो blood supply करती है हमारे पूरे body को, वो हमारे oral cavity को भी blood supply करती है. तो जब हम smoking करते हैं तो वो arteries और veins की size छोटी हो जाती है. तो basically blood supply compromise हो जाता है.
Okay.
तो जब blood supply compromise हो जाता है तो पूरा ओरल कैविटी में ड्राइनेस होने लगता है. तो चांसेस ऑफ गेटिंग गम इन्फेक्शन, डीके also increases. And most of the times they are also unaware of the fact because sensitivity to such infections also decreases in patients who are smoking a lot.
Okay.
So typically, because of decrease in blood supply in the oral cavity, the chances of gum infection and oral decay increases in patients who smoke.
So are smokers, a lot of smokers, your patient?
They are. And also, the other major problem in treating patients who are smoking is you cannot do any surgical rehabilitative procedures for them.
What?
Like if a smoker is come down to me and he asks for a dental implant,
Hmm.
like I'm a dental implant specialist, we regularly do full mouth rehabilitation with dental implants. We cannot do implants in patients who are smoking because of the same problem. Because the blood supply is compromised, the healing of the wounds is compromised, and implants require healing. There is a process of healing and bone regeneration that happens in and around implants. The same thing happens when you extract the teeth. So extraction of teeth is also a problem in smokers. So when you extract the teeth, the wound doesn't heal very well because there is lack of blood supply. Blood नहीं है तो कुछ ही नहीं है body में. That is what gives you life and nutrition to each and every cell of your body.
Right.
So when you smoke, the blood supply is compromised and hence everything else is compromised. From healing to regeneration, everything is compromised.
So smoking should not be
Definitely something that you should not do in terms of maintaining good oral health.
So if someone is a smoker and if he's having a problem, and then if he wants to go for this, implant, so if he stops smoking, that won't help.
That does help. So if you want to get your implant done or if you want to get your tooth pulled out, you have to absolutely stop smoking. So I've had a patient, I'll just give you an example, like what I mentioned. I've had a patient who was a smoker, and obviously like he had come for extraction of his teeth. So we had extracted his 2 teeth, and then he came back to us. Normally the wounds, they heal in probably a week's time. The primary healing takes about 2 weeks, but in 1 week there is a good amount of wound healing that happens. This patient, he did not have any wound healing. In fact, he developed dry socket. Dry socket क्या होता है? जहाँ पे complete bone exposure होता है, and it's a very painful condition for the patient. So there was no soft tissue closure, bone was exposed, and it is a very painful condition. तो घाव नहीं भरने की वजह से और स्मोकिंग एक्सट्रैक्शन करने के बाद कंटिन्यू स्मोकिंग करने की वजह से ऐसे कंडीशंस डेवलप हो जाते हैं. बेसिकली इट्स एन अनहीलिंग वुंड, so which is not a very good thing that you would want to experience basically after any surgical procedure. And definitely if the patient is smoker and he tells me that, doc, I won't be able to quit smoking, then we do not take such patients for any implant procedures or for that matter any surgical procedure.
Okay, so now I know a lot of people, including myself. हम लोग जाते ही नहीं है डेंटिस्ट के पास डर से कि अरे बहुत पेन होएगा, मुंह सूज जाएगा, बहुत मतलब वो फिर एक हफ्ता खराब होगा. तो ये इतना पेनफुल प्रोसीजर क्यों होता है?
You have to find yourself a good dentist.
हाँ चलो, you can say that.
This is definitely see, the past experiences of the patient lays the foundation of future expectation that the patient may have while visiting the dentist. पहला एक्सपीरियंस खराब होता है तो इसलिए हमको ऐसा लगता है कि अब ये फॉरएवर ऐसे ही होगा. हर
Right.
प्रोसीजर जब हम करने जाएंगे डेंटिस्ट के पास तो हमको दर्द होने ही वाला है. बट नो, इट इज़ नॉट लाइक दैट. यू हैव टू फाइंड योर सेल्फ अ गुड डेंटिस्ट. एक अच्छा डेंटिस्ट फाइंड करना है और उसको ढूंढिए, उसके क्रेडेंशियल्स देखिए, रिव्यूज़ पढ़िए उनके पेशेंट्स के, and then there is a lot of data that is available nowadays, online, offline. Gather that data, acquaint yourself with the dentist, and then have a first hand interaction with that dentist and try to do a simpler procedure with that doctor first. And if you feel that the doctor is good, then you can definitely go ahead with any other advanced procedures that you might want to get done for yourself. So it's the dentist that I can tell you,
Okay.
that the experience that most of the people have, it's how the dentist treats a patient.
Okay.
It is not something that the procedures are painful, because we definitely boast about doing painless procedures for our patients. So in today's world, if you are having a painful dental experience, you should get your dentist changed.
What is the most horrifying incident you have seen, like an accident or something? I'm sure dentists are needed there as well. अगर किसी का एक्सीडेंट हो गया, इमरजेंसी है, तो डेंटल तो उसमें भी लगता होगा.
Yes, there is a branch named oral and maxillofacial surgeons, which most of the times they work with ER, like emergency treatments or the trauma centers. So these are specialized dentists
Okay.
who work in close relation with other surgeons, and they help in rehabilitating the patients who have suffered head neck trauma or any other fracture of jaw or any other major incidents that may happen involving the head neck face. So if it is only trauma involving your teeth, यानी दांत को चोट लग गई, दांत जैसे निकल गया, हाथ में आ गया, तो ऐसे टाइम पे व्हाट यू कैन द मोस्ट सिंपल थिंग दैट यू कैन डू इज़ दैट वो जो दांत है वो आप या तो मिल्क में डालकर डेंटिस्ट के पास ले जाइए, तो ये कोई भी डेंटिस्ट आपको ट्रीट कर देगा। तो दांतों से रिलेटेड अगर कोई ट्रॉमा है तो आप डेंटिस्ट के पास जाइए, और अगर हेड नेक फेस ट्रॉमा है या रोड साइड ट्रैफिक एक्सीडेंट हो गया है और बहुत ज़्यादा ट्रॉमा हो गया है, पेशेंट अनकॉन्शियस है, तो ऐसे टाइम पे आपको उसको हॉस्पिटल ही ले जाना पड़ेगा, जहाँ पे अदर सर्जन्स और मैक्सिलोफेशियल सर्जन्स दे वर्क ऑन द पेशेंट। तो
वो मिल्क में डाल के लेके जाने
हाँ,
वाला क्या
तो
थ्योरी?
वो ऐसा है कि जब दांत निकलता है तो इमीडिएटली अगर 1 घंटे में उसको हम सॉकेट में डाल दें दांत के, तो वो दांत ऑटोमेटिकली बोन के साथ फ्यूज हो जाता है। सो इट इज़ कॉल्ड एज इमीडिएट इम्प्लांटेशन। मतलब वही दांत को आपको निकालना या रिप्लेस करने की ज़रूरत नहीं, उसी दांत को हम रिप्लेस कर देते हैं आपके सॉकेट में, और उसको आपको स्प्लिंट कर देते हैं बेसिकली। तो वही दांत आप यूज़ कर सकते हो फ्यूचर में टू ईट एंड च्यू, rather than losing that tooth. We can reimplant that same tooth inside your mouth and you can use it for the rest of your life. तो ऐसे कंडीशन में जब दांत निकलता है तो उसको मिल्क में डालकर आपको ले जाना है डेंटिस्ट के पास, एंड द डेंटिस्ट विल डू द नीडफुल। बेसिकली व्हाट इट डज इट, जो भी लाइव टिश्यू होता है दांत के सरफेस पे, वो हेल्प करता है रीइम्प्लांटेशन करने के लिए बोन के साथ, तो इसीलिए उसको मिल्क में डाल के ले जाना होता है, rather than taking it dry. You take it in the milk
Okay.
to the dentist and the dentist will do the needful.
Okay. एंड वो जो टूथ अलाइनर्स आजकल, जो ट्रांसपेरेंट टूथ अलाइनर्स, एंड जो पहले हम ब्रेसेस लगाते थे जब बचपन में,
Yes.
तो वो ब्रेसेस बेटर है कि टूथ अलाइनर्स आर बेटर?
See-
नाउ टुडेस टाइम दे आर प्रमोटिंग इट
Yeah.
लाइक इट्स बेटर देन ब्रेसेस.
See, all the treatments are good, whether you do it with braces or whether you do it with aligners. There are advanced aligners available. So basically, आपकी नीड के हिसाब से आप चूज़ कर सकते हो। जो अलाइनर्स होते हैं वो इनविजिबल होते हैं, तो आज की जनरेशन इज़ लाइक दे आर मोर
कॉन्शियस
about how they look.
Yeah.
और एंड डेफिनेटली ब्रेसेस में ब्रैकेट्स एंड वायर्स होते हैं,
Right.
तो थोड़ा स्पीच इफेक्ट होता है, द वे यू लुक इज नॉट वेरी अपीलिंग.
Right.
Definitely we have ceramic braces, but there is some kind of difficulty that probably you may have while talking, and there are some food restrictions as well. So uske chalte these aligners were developed because number one, they are invisible. You can remove them to eat your food, so there is no food restrictions. So
Okay.
whatever you want to eat, you can eat. There is no difficulty in chewing your food. So all of these are the advantages of aligners. But definitely there are some limitations also using the aligners. Only the advanced aligners can do the most advanced movements of the teeth. So आपके
Okay.
बहुत ही ज़्यादा दांत टेढ़े मेढ़े हैं या बहुत ही ज़्यादा crooked है या आपको growing disorders है, तो ऐसे केसेस में हमको ब्रेसेस ही करना पड़ता है। तो your dentist or your specialized dentist, that is an orthodontist, is the best person to advise you कि आपके कंडीशन और आपके रिक्वायरमेंट्स के हिसाब से आपके लिए ब्रेसेस सही है या अलाइनर्स सही है.
Okay.
So you should take a expert advice for this.
So is this teeth whitening जो लोग कराते हैं and बोलते हैं that you should get it done. So is it good, or someone should like avoid it or do it very less?
It is a personal preference. So if you want to look good and you want to feel good, see, smile is the biggest asset that you
Yeah.
have on your face.
Yeah.
When you smile, you can make and break a lot of things. It brings the whole personality a different aura altogether.
Right.
So getting whitening done definitely does no harm to your teeth because it is an oxidative process. जहाँ पे आपके दांत में कुछ भी सुपरफिशियल एब्रेजन या इरोजन हम नहीं कर रहे हैं. इट्स एन ऑक्सीडेटिव प्रोसेस. बेसिकली इट ब्रेक्स डाउन द स्टेन, द फ्री रेडिकल्स ब्रेक्स डाउन द स्टेन इन द टीथ and brings a brighter color to the teeth. So anybody and everybody can do that until and unless there are some specific conditions where the dentist will recommend you not to do it in case of sensitivity or other fracture of enamel or
So doesn't it make it sensitive if we do it quite often?
no,
No, it doesn't.
no, it doesn't, unless and until you already have a condition of sensitive teeth.
Okay.
So a brief sensitivity after whitening is normal because of oxidative process. It happens because an oxidation process is going on, and even after whitening it keeps on continuing after 48 hours. मतलब आपने आज अभी whitening procedure किया है, तो 48 आवर्स तक वो ऑक्सीडेशन प्रोसेस चालू ही रहेगा आपके दांत में. उसके चलते आपको सेंसिटिविटी फील होती है.
Okay.
but it is not something that is that is harmful or it is going to stay for the rest of your life. So it is temporary and which is normal unless and until you
Okay.
have a condition of sensitive teeth. So in that case, it is contraindicated, or probably the dentist will not touch those areas and probably do whitening for the rest of the areas of your teeth. So that can also be done.
ब्रश करने का सबसे बेस्ट टाइम क्या है, मतलब हाउ शुड वी स्टार्ट द डे एंड एंड द डे व्हेन इट कम्स टू डेंटल?
Start the day, end the day. Yeah,
Like
means
a lot of people say you should brush after the breakfast, and a lot of people say you should do it before.
there is food debris that accumulates after your every
Hmm.
meal. But brushing before your meal, like after you wake up in the morning, because there is 8 to 10 hours or probably 7, 8, 9 hours of you not eating anything.
Yeah.
You're nil by mouth. And that is an absolutely big playground for the bacteria to do its job. Because you're not eating anything, you're not drinking anything, your oral cavity is most of the time dry, and that is the time the acid attack and the bacteria and the bacteria does the acid attack and the decay happens. So when you get up in the morning, you can brush your teeth, you can use your mouthwash, you can eat your meal, and after every meal you can do a nice swishing or gargling to remove the food debris from your mouth. And then if you feel like, you can floss after your every meal. So flossing is something that I recommend to my patients after every meal.
Okay.
That's good. Like if you want to floss, the time to floss is after meals.
Okay.
Yeah. So you these are nowadays these disposable with handle flosses are available. So these are something that you can always carry in your purse, and you can use it after your every meal. So the
Okay.
best time to floss is after meal, and brush you can do before your meals and before going to bed.
That's an important one. Before going to bed.
Yeah.
And what about the toothpaste? Which toothpaste is good? Because everyone is promoting के ये इससे tooth white हो जाएगा, इससे ये हो जाएगा.
See, toothpaste तो definitely बहुत सारे available है market में, but any toothpaste that is having the recommended daily dose of fluoride is a good toothpaste to have. Toothpaste, but in itself is not something that will help you maintain good oral hygiene.
Okay.
The way you brush your teeth, the type of brush that you use,
Yeah.
the duration of brushing that the duration of
Yeah.
time that you're brushing your teeth, the bristles that your toothbrush has, soft, medium, hard, प्रेशर कितना लगा रहे हो आप ब्रश करते वक्त. तो ये सारे पॉइंटर्स है जो कि बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है टू एग्जीक्यूट अ गुड ओरल हाइजीन रिजाइम एट होम. तो खाली टूथपेस्ट नहीं, ये इतने सारी चीज़ें हैं जो आपको ध्यान रखनी है अलॉन्ग विथ फ्लॉसिंग and using a good non-medicated, non-alcohol based mouthwash is something that you should take care of for.
So that's what I was going to ask you, that which toothbrush is good, like a soft one or a hard one? Which one should be used?
See, mostly the dentist will advise you that. Your dentist will help you with choosing the right toothbrush for you. Depending on your condition of teeth and gums, certain toothbrushes and certain type of bristles or certain type of toothpaste are required for certain specific conditions. Like you will have a different toothpaste that you use for sensitive teeth. You have a different toothpaste that you use for if your enamel is weak. If you have a different toothpaste that you use if your gums are weak. So depending on your condition, your dentist will prescribe. But if you ask me, there are these two very nice toothpaste that I'd like to recommend. One is Omnident and one is Parodontax. These are the two brands, and the molecules are good. It is good for your teeth. These toothpaste are good for your teeth and also your gums. So it is not just only for the gums or not just only for the tooth, but you can use it for both. So one toothpaste does both the job.
And for how much time brush कितनी देर के लिए करना चाहिए?
2 minutes is the max.
Max.
2 minutes.
Both, like day and night, both the times?
Yeah.
2 minutes.
2 minutes with gentle, light brushing strokes. So most of the times patients brush पकड़ के दांतों को ऐसे घसते हैं कि जैसे I don't know. So the simple example that I give, what is most important while brushing is that you have to remove the food debris from your mouth. फूड डेब्रिस यानी फूड पार्टिकल्स जो आपने अभी खाए हैं उसको आपको निकालना है, क्योंकि वो फूड डेब्रिस अगर आपके दांतों पे 72 आवर्स के लिए रह जाते हैं तो वो बन जाता है टाटर. मतलब 3 दिन का टाइम लगता है वो फूड डेब्रिस को हार्ड बनने में. तो जो मोस्ट गम प्रॉब्लम्स होती हैं सबको, वो टाटर की वजह से होती है. तो टाटर को हमने बनने नहीं देना है, नंबर 1 चीज़ जो हमको ध्यान रखनी है. तो मेजॉरिटी जो प्रॉब्लम्स होती हैं गम रिलेटेड या टूथ जो सपोर्टिंग स्ट्रक्चर रिलेटेड है, वो टाटर की वजह से होती है. तो टाटर बनेगा नहीं तो गम प्रॉब्लम होगी नहीं,
हम्म,
गम प्रॉब्लम होगी नहीं तो डीकेज भी, मतलब बैक्टीरिया नहीं पनपेगा और डीके नहीं होगा। तो जो टाटर नहीं बनने के लिए आपको सिर्फ एक ही काम करना
हम्म,
है, जो कि फूड डेब्रिस को निकालना है, और फूड डेब्रिस को निकालने के लिए जेंटल स्वीपिंग मोशन इज इनफ, फ्लॉसिंग इज इनफ। तो जैसे आप घर में झाड़ू लगाते हो, तो झाड़ू लगाने के लिए आपको झाड़ू दबाना पड़ता है क्या फ्लोर पर कचरा निकालने के लिए?
नहीं।
यू नॉर्मली कीप इट, स्वीप इट जेंटली, जितना आप
हम्म,
जेंटली स्वीप करेंगे उतना अच्छे से कचरा आप निकाल पाएंगे। सेम थिंग विद द टीथ। आपको खाना अटका हुआ है, आप उसको जितना जेंटली स्वीप करके निकालेंगे विद सॉफ्ट ब्रिसल्स, उतना जेंटली, उसको रगड़ने की जरूरत है क्या?
मुझे
So
तो
most
लगता था
people, most
बचपन में।
people they just brush
हम्म,
so very hard that they strip their teeth of enamel. Enamel तक लोगों के दांतों के घस जाते हैं, and then sensitivity problems and
हम्म,
gum related problems develop हो जाती है, because हार्ड ब्रशिंग से दांतों को तो नुकसान होता ही है, गम्स में भी इंजरी हो जाती है और गम लेवल भी नीचे सरकने लगते हैं along with bone.
हम्म,
तो gentle sweeping motion is the most important way and the most indicated way of brushing your teeth. आप उसको gently, आपको फूड डेब्रिस निकालना है, और अगर आपने वो 72 आवर्स में नहीं उसको निकाला है
हम्म,
तो वो टाटर बनेगा, और अगर टाटर बनेगा तो आप उसको निकाल ही नहीं सकते। तो आप हार्ड ब्रशिंग कर लो या सॉफ्ट ब्रशिंग कर लो, वो निकलने वाला नहीं है। वो क्लीन करने के लिए आपको डेंटिस्ट के पास जाना है। इसीलिए 6 मंथ फॉलो अप टू द डेंटिस्ट इज
वेरी
मैंडेटरी टू
इंपॉर्टेंट।
रिमूव दैट टाटर।
राइट।
So if you don't go to your dentist, and that tartar is a silent killer, you won't even know that it is affecting your gums and bone
हम्म,
unless you go to the dentist and the dentist is removing, and like I normally do that. I remove that tartar and I give it in the hands of my patient. It is stone hard. It
हम्म,
is like stone. So that stone and your gums, they are so soft and fragile.
राइट।
So when it is clinging onto your teeth and gums, it is causing localized inflammation, bleeding, and loss of bone. अब दांतों का सपोर्टिंग बोन ही गल जाएगा तो बचेगा क्या? दांतों को सपोर्ट क्या करेगा? तो फिर पायरिया जैसे कंडीशन, लूजनिंग ऑफ टीथ, and then ultimately extraction of teeth is something that happens. These are the sequelae of events that happens because of that single tartar, like the tartar around your teeth.
ओके।
So the simple way to avoid is go to your dentist, get yourself cleaned every 6 months, and be happy for the rest of your life.
Okay. Okay, so what do you think about this dental not being covered in insurance, specifically in India?
Oh, this is this
Because
is
this is a very big issue.
this is a very big void that we as dental practice owners are also facing in India. Uh, Most of the people are negligent about getting themselves treated because of lack of dental insurance. Uh,
But that's also because it's a very expensive procedure. Like dental is not something which is very feasible for everyone to go ahead and do it.
yeah, that is because we are not regular with our dental appointments. Again, I will go back and insist that
Okay.
we visit the dentist only when the damage is too high. When,
Right.
when you're already suffering the end stage of the damage, that is
Right.
the time when you visit the dentist. So if you're going to do that, obviously the expenses are going to be high because you never did routine follow-ups with your dentist.
Right.
So it's expensive because you were ignorant. Dentistry is not expensive. Your
Hmm.
ignorance is. You pay for your ignorance. You pay for the all the times and all the appointments that you didn't go for the dentist. It is the cumulative expense that you give to the dentist.
Right.
So if you are regular follow-ups, 6 monthly appointments. My patients, I'm a very happy surgeon, frankly speaking, because I insist on these 6 monthly follow-ups a lot on all of our patients. Because I'm a rehabilitative surgeon, we rehabilitate patients, full mouth rehabs, full mouth crowns, and many other surgeries that we do. We insist on the importance of cleaning, that 6 monthly regular follow-up, 6 monthly cleaning to our patients.
Hmm.
So most of the times they'd call up my reception and say, Doc, I want a doctor's appointment. मुझे दांतों में कुछ प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, मुझे खाली फॉलो अप करना है और क्लीनिंग करना है. And when I hear that, I'm the happiest because
Right.
this is what is needed. If you keep doing this regularly, that expense that you probably are going to have in the future, the dental expense, you won't have that. I can guarantee you that.
Right.
Find yourself a good dentist first.
And what about the insurance thing? What do you feel about that?
Definitely, the government has to take some initiatives in getting dental insurance to India because a lot of people probably who have, because of some unforeseen circumstances, not been able to do their dental treatments in time and require big rehabilitative treatments, it becomes a problem. बिकॉज जितना एक्सपेंस आपको ओपन हार्ट सर्जरी करने में लगता है उतना एक्सपेंस आपको एक फुल माउथ रिहेबिलिटेटिव डेंटल ट्रीटमेंट करने के लिए लगता है. तो definitely at that particular point in time it is an expensive treatment, and if there is insurance the number of such people going for dental rehabilitative procedures will be high. And definitely we as dentists will be more than happy to provide such treatments to our patients, because right now the volume of patients that we see who require treatment but are not able to take the treatment is the monetary factor.
Right.
So if there is insurance, I guess the number of patients who would be willingly going for these procedures will be high. We have great we have good doctors, good dentists who have trained themselves internationally. We practice global dentistry in India, but at times we are not able to execute those kind of treatments because of lack of insurance. So definitely bring dental insurance to India
Yeah.
so that patients who require rehabilitative procedures would willingly go to the dentist and get themselves treated.
The turnout of the patients in numbers is less. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
एक एवरेज में अगर 10 लोग हैं
Hmm.
तो अगर 10 लोग में how much do you think will be having some issue and they are not aware of?
I told you,
In
all
terms
the
of
10
dental.
of people will be having gum problems.
The ratio is that much?
Yes. You sit on my chair and I will tell you that you have tartar. The volume and the generation of tartar is so high in patients.
Right.
ऐसा बहुत ही कम ऐसे पेशेंट्स होते हैं जिनमें थोड़ा भी टार्टर नहीं होता है. बहुत कम पेशेंट्स होते हैं.
Maximum number of people are having problem and they are not aware of it.
Absolutely.
कोई स्लीप डिसऑर्डर भी होता है, मैंने सुना है, ओरल हेल्थ की वजह से या डेंटल इश्यूज की वजह से. इज इट ट्रू?
See, there are conditions wherein patients, they normally wake up in the middle of their sleep at night, or probably the patients who are snoring heavily. So such are the patients probably who are mostly diagnosed with obstructive sleep apnea. And ये जो condition होती है इसको treat करने के लिए आपको specialists लगते हैं, जहाँ पे mostly it happens because the tongue fall back on the airway. तो जब टंग आपके एयरवे में फॉल बैक करता है, आप सो रहे हो, तो योर बॉडी कम्स इनटू अ स्टेट ऑफ सेमी कॉन्शियस अवेयरनेस, एंड दैट इज अ टाइम व्हेन योर बॉडी वेक्स यू अप कि भाई अब जाग जाओ, आप सांस नहीं ले पा रहे हो. सो दैट इज अ कंडीशन विच इज कॉल्ड एज ऑब्स्ट्रक्टिव स्लीप एपनिया. तो ऐसे कंडीशंस में देर आर स्प्लिंट्स दैट द डेंटिस्ट कैन गिव यू, and that helps in bringing your jaw forward and easing the breathing while you're sleeping. So definitely your dentist can help you. A specialized dentist can help you in treating such a condition like snoring and obstructive sleep apnea, and there are many other disorders that can happen because of such oral findings. So your dentist can definitely help you with that.
Okay. And what do you think about this? जो लोग वो गुटखा सुपारी ये सब कंज्यूम करते हैं, what about them?
See, the tobacco is definitely very harmful for your overall health. It is a known fact that it is the number one causative factor for cancer.
Right.
So we see conditions wherein most of the people they are unaware that they might be having cancer. So if you have signs and symptoms of unhealing ulcers inside your mouth, for people who are using tobacco, अगर आपको ऐसा लगता है कि आपके मुंह में छाले पड़ गए हैं जो कि बहुत महीने हो गए, भर रहे नहीं है, then you definitely need to see a dentist. तो confirmative diagnosis is only done by biopsy. तो biopsy करके उसको confirm करके जो भी आगे का treatment है वो आपको फिर करना पड़ सकता है. तो tobacco is something definitely cause cancer. Secondly, constant use of supari can damage your teeth. इनामल फ्रैक्चर होता है, दांतों में फ्रैक्चर्स होता है, सेंसिटिविटी इश्यूज बढ़ने लगते हैं, आपका जो बाइट है वो ख़राब हो जाता है. सो देयर इज़ अ कंडीशन नेम्ड एज अक्लूजल डिजीज़, वेरिन आपका जो दांतों का प्रोटेक्टिव बाइट है वो ख़राब हो जाता है. तो उसके वजह से इन द लॉन्ग रन आपके सभी दांत फ्लैट आउट हो जाते हैं, सभी दांत टूटने लगते हैं, और खाने का बोलते हैं ना जो डाइजेशन वो मुंह से चालू होता है. जब तक आपके दांत खाने को एक पर्टिकुलर स्मॉलेस्ट पार्टिकल साइज में नहीं ग्राइंड करते, आपका इंटेस्टाइन और स्टमक उसको डाइजेस्ट नहीं कर सकता. सो अगर आप स्वॉलो भी कर रहे हो खाना तो आपका पेट भर जाएगा, आपको लगेगा हाँ मैंने तो खाना खा लिया, मेरा पेट भर गया, पर आपका इंटेस्टाइन उसमें से न्यूट्रिशन नहीं एब्जॉर्ब कर पाएगा. तो वो खाने का कोई मतलब नहीं है. एंड ऐसे पेशेंट्स को कॉन्स्टेंटली एसिडिटी ब्लोटिंग इश्यूज होते रहते हैं. तो व्हेन आई सी अ पेशेंट एंड this is true if you're not chewing your food to smallest particles, and it is also true for patients who are having multiple missing teeth. So if you are having multiple missing teeth, or if you're having missing first molars, which is commonly seen in our dental practice, कि भाई जो फर्स्ट मोलर है, जो पहली दाढ़ है, जो बिकॉज 6 साल की उम्र में निकलती है, लोगों को लगता है कि ये दूध का ही दांत है, तो उसको ब्रश नहीं करते, सड़ने देते हैं, एंड फिर बाद में पता चलता है अरे ये तो परमानेंट दांत था, एंड अल्टीमेटली दैट इज द मोस्ट कॉमनेस्ट टूथ दैट इज एक्सट्रैक्टेड और रिमूव्ड. तो वो फर्स्ट मोलर जो है, जो आपका फर्स्ट दाढ़ है, उसकी चूइंग एफिशिएंसी 80% है. मतलब अगर वो साइड में वो सिर्फ एक दांत नहीं है आपका, तो आप वो साइड ही यूज करना बंद कर दोगे खाने के लिए. सो मिसिंग फर्स्ट मोलर इज समथिंग दैट यू शुड बी you should replace immediately. You should go to your dentist and replace immediately, because उसका मुंह में न होना मतलब वो पर्टिकुलर साइड आप completely उसको खाना बंद कर दोगे वो साइड से. रिप्लेसिंग दैट टूथ, नॉट मल्टीपल मिसिंग टूथ नहीं, मल्टीपल मिसिंग टीथ होने की वजह से आप खाना अच्छे से ग्राइंड नहीं कर पाते हो, तो आपको एसिडिटी ब्लोटिंग इश्यूज ये कॉन्स्टेंटली बना ही रहेगा. तो सिर्फ मुंह देखकर मैं पेशेंट को पूछ लेती हूँ आपको एसिडिटी प्रॉब्लम है, पेशेंट बोलता है हाँ है. क्यों है? इस वजह से है, बिकॉज दे आर नॉट एबल टू ग्राइंड देयर फूड इनटू स्मॉलेस्ट पार्टिकल्स, एंड योर इंटेस्टाइन एंड स्टमक, दे डोंट हैव टीथ, they can't grind the food, they have to live with whatever you are supplying them through your oral cavity. And then जब आप खा तो रहे हो, न्यूट्रिशन मिल रहा नहीं है, तो आपका ओवरऑल हेल्थ भी अफेक्ट होता है. योर ओवरऑल हेल्थ इज डायरेक्टली रिलेटेड टू योर ओरल हेल्थ. अगर आपके मुंह में दांत नहीं है, आप ग्राइंड नहीं कर रहे हो आपका खाना बराबर से, तो आपका ओवरऑल हेल्थ अफेक्ट होगा ही होगा. इट इज प्रूवन इन द लिटरेचर. योर स्टमक कैन नॉट डाइजेस्ट दैट फूड.
Some people will get some idea out of this video, and
Yeah.
and thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so
This
much.
was definitely very informative for me. Thank you so much.